gorgeous view from the gorgeous city of Nashville this morning, where the upcoming solar eclipse will bring 1 minute and 55 seconds of darkness. In our morning rounds, how to protect your eyes while getting the best view. Millions of Americans will look at the sky on August 21st for the first coast-to-coast total eclipse of the sun in 99 years. But if you want to catch a glimpse, you should take precautions to avoid damaging your vision. Dr. Christopher Starr is an ophthalmologist at Weill Cornell Medical Center in New York. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Thanks.
So first of all, why is it dangerous to look at the sun during an eclipse?
Well, the sun, as you know, emits very high levels of UV and infrared radiation, which can damage eyes on any day. But certainly during the eclipse, the risk is higher because, well, people are staring at the sun. And a partial eclipse can actually fool you into thinking maybe there's less radiation. There isn't. You can damage your eyes even with a significantly eclipsed sun.
Because most people, there's a line that cuts through the country where you're going to see the total eclipse, but
yes,
everyone else is going to get some version of darkness.
Exactly. There's the line of totality, which stretches from Oregon to South Carolina. And anybody within that 70-mile wide band will get at least that minute to 2 minutes of what we call totality. That's the only time in the day that you can take off glasses and actually look at the sun with the naked eye. That's the only time. Every other time, and if you're in one of those locations like New York, for instance, where you don't get a total eclipse, you have to keep protective glasses on the entire time.
And we've actually have some here in the studio.
We do,
These are protective glasses, because a CBS News poll says 32% of Americans plan to see the eclipse. So wearing stuff like this is incredibly dark.
Isn't that incredible? So it's like total darkness when you put these on. These are ISO 12312-2 certification.
Opaque.
Totally opaque.
Wow.
These are thousands of times stronger than your average sunglass.
Yeah, because if you put these on right now, I don't see.
And that's a good way to test. That's a good way to test, because actually there are fraudulent ones out there.
Right, and there's a little label on these that tells
the ISO certification.
And that's how you know that they're quality. And
well, that's one way of knowing. But again, some of these fraudulent companies are putting that on even though they don't meet the spec. So one way to test it, which we can do in here, is you look at a bright light, and you shouldn't be able to see normal lights with these glasses on.
Oh, yeah,
you can really only see the sun or something.
Those 3.
Yeah, I can't.
Those are probably super bright.
Yeah,
like halogen lamps, welders' lights. Yeah,
I took them off.
Already went fine.
Margaret's taking the smart approach by keeping them off as much as possible. I feel like here.
Won't be able to read that teleprompter for 5 minutes.
So these look like 3D movie glasses,
Yes.
but they are absolutely not that. How do you know you're getting a legitimate version?
Yes, so you have to have that ISO certification. NASA has recommended on their website some vendors that are reputable. If they're older than 3 years, if they're wrinkled or scratched, definitely don't use them. And then you can test them. If you're not sure if they're legit, you can test them like we just did with normal lights, and they're legit. It should be total darkness. And it's actually really important to note that a lot of kids are going to be watching this too. It's an educational event. Their eyes are exactly.
For little kids.
Little kids, their eyes are more
kids are going to be looking up in the sky. They won't know.
Kids totally fascinated by this.
Fascinated, and they might just not knowingly take off the glasses, so you have to supervise them very closely.
Chris Starr, thank you very much. Appreciate it. You can find a link on our website to a list of approved glasses for the solar eclipse. Just visit cbsthismorning.com.